Now, the point I'm making is this. You need to have a plan if you want to have discipline. Because you see, I say to my students, and I'll prove what I'm talking about. I say to my students, I've already taken one copy down to the office. And I've shared one copy with the office. Because heaven forbid, if I have to send you down the office, I want the office to know what I'm doing. So I have their cooperation and their backing. Oh, I hear some of you. I don't get any backing from the office. Well, buddies, I wouldn't help you either. I wouldn't back you up either, and I'll tell you why. There is no way the office can back up a non-existent plan. Let me explain what I'm talking about. 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, a brand new student checks into your classroom. Could you, on that day, walk over to your desk, walk over to your drawer, walk over to your file, and pull out a copy of your discipline plan and hand it to that student? No pilot would ever take off without a flight plan, right? No coach would ever go into a game without a game plan. And no business person would ever run a business without a business plan, right? Right. So how do some teachers run a classroom without a discipline plan? Oh, I know how they do it. They yell, they scream, they insult, they berate, they put down. Don't ever yell and scream at students. I give you permission to raise your voice and scold. But don't ever yell and scream, because if you yell and scream, it tells me something. It tells me that you do not know how to manage a classroom, and to compensate for the lack of classroom management skills and the lack of having a discipline plan, you resort to yelling and screaming. Yelling and screaming is also unbecoming of our profession. I give you permission to scold. Don't ever yell and scream. All you need is a plan, because if you don't have a plan, then you're planning to fail. And that's why this lady wrote me this letter. She said, Harry, I was going insane. Why? Because I did not have a plan. She admits that she did not have a plan. And she said, Harry, thank you very much for sharing something with me. My students, after we had the plan in effect, now she has a plan. My students commented on how quiet the room was and how easily they could get the work done. The students want discipline. The students want a plan more than anything else. Remember Douglas Brook, number 3. What are the rules? They're asking you to give them the plan. And she said, my principal has often commented on the plan, so I guess there's a plan now posted on the wall. And the principal says how pleased she is to see a room full of well-behaved working students. And as for me, Harry, I was going insane until I had a plan. Thank you for sharing one with me. Now, what in the world did I share with this lady? I shared with her, you need a plan. So she said to me, where do I find a plan? I said, it is very, very simple. Do not reinvent the wheel. Go out and steal one. She says, where do I steal a plan? I said, it's very easy to steal a plan. Just walk up and down the hall at your school. And when you walk by a room that is a zoo, keep walking. And when you walk by a room that is a well-oiled learning environment, invite yourself in. Don't even knock on the door, invite yourself in. Those effective teachers want you to come in. You say, I'm here to steal. Gimme, 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 gimme. They open their drawers, they open their files. You can always spot an effective teacher. They love to share. And you can always spot the ineffective teachers. They don't want you in the room. Why? Because they have nothing to share. Don't walk into the classroom. What you want to do is you walk in a classroom that's a well-oiled learning machine. You say, I'm here to steal. Gimme, 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 gimme. And they will give you one. Now, the point I'm making is this. I know what most of you are doing. You are straining your eye to try and copy what's up there. You're trying to steal that plan. I know you are. So let me tell you where you can steal that plan. And once I tell you where you can steal the plan, don't use it. Why? You see, a high school algebra teacher can't use the same plan as a home economics teacher teaching junior high school. That's common sense. And you can't use the same plan if you're a first grade teacher or a special ed teacher. You've got to come up with your own plan. And so how do I come up with my own plan? You steal one. Chapters 18 and 19 are all kinds of plans. Now, I don't know how many of you know this man's name. His name is Sid Simon. It's on a chart in here. He's the father of Values Clarification, University of Massachusetts. He is the most lovingest, kindest, wonderful person in the entire world. And his attitude is, you got to find your own values. You got to determine your own limits. You got to make up your own rules. Now, some of you may like that, real loose. And then clear at the other end is another man. His name is Lee Cantor. He's very, very assertive. Hey, it works. My advice is, if you're a brand new teacher, I would start at this end. It's a little more structured than that end. And then as the years go along, you learn to move along the continuum, as I have. And some of you may know this name, Linda Albert. She's created a program called Cooperative Discipline. Or maybe you know Richard Kerwin. He's done Discipline with Dignity. Or you may know William Glasser. I'm a William Glasser person. It's called Control Theory. I do not believe by teaching out of coercion and punishment. I believe in teaching my students how to follow procedures and to be responsible to what they do. I will show you today. And so you're a teacher. Instead of whining about discipline, what a good, effective teacher does is to go out and study 2 or 3 of these plans. I'm not asking you to study all 60. You study 2 or 3 of these plans, and you go around the staff, and you steal one from this teacher, you steal one from this teacher, you steal one from the other teacher, and you got a whole bunch of plans. And you blend together one that you can live with, that you can accept, that your students will accept, and most important, will not get you into trouble with the administration or the community. And it may take you a few years to come up with your own plan, but the point is, you've got to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, then you are planning to fail.